Serato DJ is the world's most popular DJ software right now. And if you're looking to buy your first pair of decks to use with Serato DJ Lite, their beginner entry-level version of the software, there's many choices to choose from. Today on Crossfader, I'm going to break down all of these controllers so you can figure out which one's best for you. Hi guys, welcome to the channel. My name's DJ Holland. And in front of me, I have some of the best entry-level beginner controllers for Serato DJ Lite. Now, every single one of these controllers has its own benefits, its own perks, and of course, each of them costs a different amount of money. So in this video, I'm going to break down what's great about each controller and some of the things that are a disadvantage as well. So by the end of the video, you will be able to make a well-rounded and educated decision on which pair of decks is right for you. So let's get into it. Starting with the Hercules DJ Control Impulse 500. Now this is one of the most expensive DJ controllers you can buy for Serato DJ Lite. However, it's one that will probably last you the longest as well. This controller has been designed to be used with Serato DJ Pro as well, which will cost you extra in the future, but it has dedicated buttons on the controller that take full control of more advanced features not included in Serato DJ Lite. Now, Serato DJ Lite does support the beat match feature on this controller. These are arrows which will let you know which way to speed up or slow down a track to get it in time. A really handy tool when learning to beat match. This is a great all-round controller, and if your budget can stretch to it, I really do recommend it. Some of the drawbacks of this controller is that it's been designed for Hercules' own brand of DJ software called Dejuiced. As such, some of the labels on the pad modes don't quite tie up with what Serato has them mapped out to be, which can be confusing and can get you a little bit lost if you forget which pad mode corresponds to Serato DJ Lite and Serato DJ Pro. All in all though, this is a superb choice and one that we thoroughly recommend. Moving on to the Pioneer DDJ SB3. Now this is the oldest controller here that we're showing in the video, and we would probably expect an update sometime soon. That said, it's also the most successful by quite some margin. This controller has sold in its thousands the world round, and for very good reason. It's a great beginner platform for those DJs looking to get into the Pioneer DJ ecosystem on Serato. It features great layout, it has those round play and cue buttons just like on the more expensive Pioneer DJ models, and it has unique pad modes including Pad Scratch, which is where DJ Jazzy Jeff has recorded in some of his scratch routines that you can play simply by pressing on a pad, and more importantly you can then take those routines and try to learn them yourself using the other deck. It's a great controller and it's been very popular for many years, and that is for very good reason. The Numark Mixtrack Pro FX is a superb controller that features some of the best jog wheels we've felt in a beginner controller for quite some time. The large chassis allows it to have full-size pitch faders, again quite rare in a controller of this price, and also those unique paddle effects. Now these effects mimic those found on battle style mixers, the 2-channel units used by battle DJs with turntables. So if you're looking at wanting to get into scratching and want to do performance-based routines just like DJ Craze and A-Track and the sort, this is a brilliant controller to start with. The only drawback with the Pro FX is that it lives in the shadow of the Platinum FX, which doesn't cost that much more to get slightly more features. That said, it's still a superb choice for those on a budget. The Numark Mixtrack Platinum FX takes everything that makes the Pro model so special and levels it up slightly with inbuilt jog displays and the ability to mix 4 channels of music. The inbuilt displays are perfect for displaying the BPM to the DJ, meaning that less time is spent looking at the laptop, and also, and more crucially, displays the needle position. This is crucial for those DJs wanting to learn to scratch. The Numark Mixtrack range is a superb range of controllers for those looking to get into the world of scratching. It's a great choice for other beginners as well, but those paddle effects are only found on battle style mixers. So if you're looking to move into the world of club DJing with your traditional DJM style of mixers, the paddle effects will be irrelevant to you moving on in your DJ career. So you might want to look at a different beginner controller. The Roland DJ202 is a superb beginner DJ controller for Serato DJ Lite. Featuring much of the same layout as a Pioneer DDJ SB3, this controller includes an inbuilt sequencer and also a drum machine. Now, unfortunately, I don't have one here anymore in the studio to show you, but we have extensively reviewed this unit before, and it is built like a tank. The only downside to this controller is the small pitch faders, which now look a bit dated compared to some of the newer models shown here today. That said, it's a superb controller for those DJs who might want to get creative, mixing in external instruments and stuff into their mix, learning how to mix tech and extended mixers with external drum machines. Having that built in is completely unique to the Roland controller, and if that's something that appeals to you, that is a superb choice to get started with. Sitting at the bottom of the price range, we have the Numark DJ2Go 2 Touch and the Hercules DJ Control Starlight. Now, these little controllers are compatible with Serato DJ Lite, but I wouldn't recommend buying them if you're learning to DJ. The lack of full-size EQ and the lack of upfaders means that you can't get a proper mixing experience from these controllers. These are great fun to mess around with, and yes, you could technically start on them, but to learn how to DJ properly and learn how to beat match, you're going to want to learn how to take full control of a proper DJ mixer, something these two units simply don't have. They are great in their own right, and we do love them here, but wait till you've learned how to mix properly on a bigger controller before buying one of these. These will only hamper your learning. So there we have the benefits and some of the drawbacks of each of these controllers. Now, before I let you know which one I'd personally go for if I was starting DJing in 2020, I just want to take a second to let you know that if you are going to go out and buy your first Serato beginner controller, we do have a full range of educational online courses available for Serato DJs that go all the way from beginner through to advanced. The beginner DJ course covers all these controllers, and it will show you how to learn to operate Serato DJ Lite properly. It will show you how to access your music, streaming services, and how to learn to beat match so you can perform mixers and routines on these controllers. So please do check out the Serato DJ courses we offer. Like I say, they go all the way from beginner to advanced, and you can check them out in the link in the top right-hand corner. But which one would I go for if I had to start DJing in, 2020? Well, it's a difficult choice, but I think I'd probably go for the Pioneer DDJ SB3. It is the oldest controller here, and to be honest, compared to some of the others, it's lacking in a few features. But I started on a Pioneer DJ controller myself, and I'm always drawn back to the layout and the design of the Pioneer DJ controller. The effects being along the top, representing the Serato individual banks, I really like that. And I've always been drawn back to what I started on. Throughout my DJ career, I always pick up a Pioneer DJ controller and feel at home. And it's important to remember that, because when you buy your first controller, this is probably the controller you're going to learn the most on, and the controller you're going to spend the most time using as you learn to mix and beat match and do all that good stuff. And it really will set you off down a path of what you feel familiar in and building up that muscle memory. And I always find Pioneer DJ products, to me, because I started on one, feel very familiar. Now, that's not to say this is the best controller available by any means. They all do a superb job, but that's the one I personally feel most attracted to because, as I said, my muscle memory and everything about what I do started on one of these controllers. So let's get the team in. There's 4 full-time working DJs, professional DJs here, and let's have a hear and see which controllers they would personally choose.
So I would personally choose the Hercules Impulse 500. The jog wheels feel super professional. The pads are really responsive, and I really like this for a beginner. This beat align guide here to help you with your beat matching and timing. It tells you when you're in and out of beat.
If I were to buy one of these products as my first DJ controller, it would have to be the Numark Mixtrack Platinum FX. Reason being is because I love those paddle style effects, and DJs like turntablists are the DJs that I looked up to and wanted to sort of DJ like. So that really stands out to me as my starting point in this series of controllers.
If I had to choose one of these as my first controller, I would definitely go for the Mixtrack Platinum FX, just because, like Jamie said, the paddles and also the screens in the middle of the jog wheels, I think really cool features for the price.
So as you've just heard from the other members of the Crossfader team, not absolutely all of us went for the same controller. And that's because there isn't a clear winner here. There's no winners or losers. They all do the same job in a lot of ways. I mean, the clue is in the name, controller. They control the software, and they're all being controlled by the same software. You know, there are so many different options, but none of them are a bad option or a bad choice. It's only you that will know which one's right for yourself. Let us know in the comments below which one you will go for. If you've already bought a Serato DJ Lite controller, let us know which one you've got and why you chose it in the comments below. It really will be useful for other DJs who are wanting to get into this ecosystem and this world of Serato DJing and get their first controller purchased. We really hope you've enjoyed this video and you found it useful. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, it does help. Subscribe to this channel for more content just like this and hit that bell icon in the corner to be notified when we upload more videos. Take care wherever you are, and we'll see you in another video sometime soon. Thanks.